Hello, friends, and welcome to Messages of Revival podcast. This is Bazil Howard-Browne. I am a revivalist and have been traveling around the world with my wife, Ann, for the past 27 years, seeing God's people being set free by His Word and the anointing. In this podcast, I'm sharing scriptures that deal with favor that God has given us through the promises in His Word. As you listen to these over and over, they will become the very foundation that you stand upon. God bless you.
The favor of God is producing supernatural increase and promotion in my life. Genesis 39:21. But the Lord was with Joseph and showed him mercy, and he gave him favor in the sight of the keeper of the prison. The favor of God is restoring everything that the enemy has stolen from me. Exodus 3:21. And I will give the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians, and it shall be, when you go, that you shall not go empty-handed. The favor of God is giving me honor in the midst of my adversaries. Exodus 11:3. And the Lord gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, and in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. And the favor of God increases my assets and my real estate. Deuteronomy 33:23. And of Naphtali he said, O Naphtali, satisfied with favor and full of blessings of the Lord, possess the west and the south. The favor of God is producing great victories in the midst of great impossibilities. Joshua 11:20. For it was the Lord to harden their hearts, that they shall come against Israel in battle, that he might utterly destroy them, and that they might receive no mercy, but that he might destroy them as the Lord has commanded Moses. The favor of God is producing recognition even when I seem the least likely to receive it. 1 Samuel 16:22. Then Saul sent to Jesse, saying, Please let David stand before me, for he has found favor in my sight. The favor of God gives me preferential treatment. Esther 2:17. The king loved Esther more than all the other women, and she obtained grace and favor in the sight of more than all the other virgins. So he set down the royal crown upon her head and made her queen instead of Vashti. The favor of God grants me petitions, even by the ungodly civil authorities. Esther 5:8. If I have found favor in the sight of the king, and if it pleases the king to grant my petition and fulfill my request, then let the king and Haman come to the banquet, which I will prepare for them, and tomorrow I will do as the king has said. The favor of God will win battles, and I won't have to fight them, because God will fight them for me. Psalm 44:3. For they did not gain possession of the land by their own swords, nor did their own arms save them, but it was your right hand, your arm, and the light of your countenance, because you favored them. The favor of God causes policies, rules, regulations, and the laws to be changed to my advantage. Esther 8:5, and said, If it pleases the king, and I have found favor in his sight, and the things seem right to the king, and I am pleasing in his eyes, let it be written to revoke the letters devised by Haman, the son of Hammedatha the Agagite, which he wrote to annihilate the Jews who are in all the king's provinces.
Thank you for listening to Messages of Revival podcast. For more messages, subscribe to Messages of Revival podcast on iTunes, Google Podcast, and Jesus Pod. And share this podcast with somebody that needs to be uplifted and blessed.